In the glittering ballroom of the city's most prestigious hotel, Oge stood amidst the crowd, her skin glittering against the backdrop of clinking champagne flutes. Her job as a high powered executive event planner had granted her entry into elite circles. But it seemed that each man she met saw her as nothing more than a trophy to adorn his arm. At this time, she was seeing Damien, a suave entrepreneur with a charismatic smile that masked his ulterior motives. Despite Oge's inner voice warning her, she allowed herself to be drawn into his orbit, enchanted by his flattery and promises of grandeur. But soon, his facade crumbled, revealing his true intentions, her wealth and connections. Amidst the swirl of failed romances, Oge's parents' voices grew louder and louder and louder, their concerns morphing into demands of grandchildren and wedding bells and husbands. Ah, Oge was tired. One day, her younger sister Kyra came home gleaming with excitement as she announced her engagement, casting a spotlight on Oge's own loveless existence. To top it up, Kyra requested that Oge plans her dream wedding. With a heavy heart, Oge agreed to plan the wedding, masking her inner turmoil with a practiced smile. Every day in the office, Oge was filled with thoughts and sadness, but she carried on with the planning. One colorful day, she was to meet with a florist named Leo, a talented one whose eyes sparkled with genuine warmth and a sincere desire to make her sister's day unforgettable. As Oge stood across from Leo, her eyes danced with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Leo asked Oge, gently, his gaze soft yet probing, "What is your vision for your sister's wedding?" Oge's mind drifted into fantasy world where love bloomed like the petals of a rose. "I want it to be magical," Oge murmured, her voice barely more than a whisper. "I want fairy lights twinkling in the trees and a canopy of stars stretching out above us. I want it to feel like stepping into a dream." Leo nodded thoughtfully, his eyes alight with understanding. "I can make that happen," he said, his voice infused with quiet confidence. As the wedding day approached and they worked together, a tentative friendship blossomed, each shared laughter and lingering glances chipping away at Oge's walls of self-doubt. Oge found herself drawn to Leo's side more and more and more, seeking solace in his presence amidst the chaos of planning. With each stolen moment, she felt herself opening up and shedding layers of insecurity that had long shrouded her heart. It was a beautiful day, and Oge's baby sister's big day was closer than imagined. Oge and Leo were at the wedding venue decorating, and Leo randomly asked her, "Oge, tell me, what do you want for yourself?" The question threw her off balance and hung in the air, heavy with unspoken truths and long-buried desires. Oge's heart fluttered nervously within her chest as she wrestled with her inner demons, the ghost of past betrayals and shattered illusions. She answered, I, I don't know," she admitted at last. Her voice tinged with a hint of resignation. "I've spent so long focusing on making others happy that I've forgotten what it means to truly want something for myself." A tear trickled down Oge's cheeks, mingling with the bitter taste of doubt and fear that lingered upon her lips. "But what if I'm not enough?" she whispered, her voice barely audible, above the hum of conversation around him. What if I'm too fat, too plain, too ordinary? Leo's eyes softened with tenderness as he leaned in closer, his breath warm against her ear. First of all, Oge, it is okay to want things, he murmured, his gaze unwavering. It is okay to dream, to hope, to yearn for something more. And you, my dear, you deserve the world. You were perfect just as you are, okay? His words, a gentle melody that echoed within her soul. Your intelligence, your kindness, your strength, they are all what make you truly beautiful, okay? And as for your body, he trailed off, his gaze flickering downwards for a fleeting moment before meeting hers once more. Well, let's just say I find you utterly irresistible. A blush crept across Oge's cheeks as she met with Leo's gaze, her heart pounding like the steady rhythm of a drum. In that moment, she knew that she was standing on the precipice of something extraordinary. She felt a spark ignite within her, a spark of hope, of courage, of boundless possibilities that lay ahead. For in depths of her soul, Oge knew that she had finally found someone who saw her not as a reflection of her past, but as the radiant, luminous woman she was destined to become. The D-Day had finally come, and as Oge stood beside her sister Kyra on her wedding day, watching her eyes sparkle with joy, Oge realized that love wasn't just a fairy tale reserved for others. It was a journey that she was willing to finally embark upon. As the final notes of the wedding dance faded into the night, Oge found herself swayed in Leo's arms, her heart overflowing with a newfound sense of hope. In his embrace, she felt beautiful and cherished, her fears and insecurities melting away beneath the warmth of his gaze. It had been weeks after the wedding, and here they were, in each other's arms, staring into the starry night. Oge knew she had finally found the love she had been searching for all along. Right here in the arms of a man who saw her not as a prize to be won, but as the vibrant, passionate, energetic, beautiful woman she truly was. She had found a love that defied logic and reason, a love that whispered of forever in the hushed tones of the night.